Everybody, welcome to McMahon, your source for all things professional wrestling. I'm Andrew Zarian. I'm joined by the fastest typer on the East Coast, Rich Stambolian.
I type very weird. I do. You've seen me type.
Yeah.
I type like this. If you can't see my
like
fingers,
a Nosferatu.
Yeah, I type like this. I use like 2 fingers, no thumbs.
No thumbs.
I'm just
ever.
like, I'm like this, and I'm super quick at it. And I text like this too. How do you text? You text like that? I text like this.
Do you
I
really?
text like this, so quick. Yeah.
Yesterday,
I'll fire one off into the chat right now.
Yesterday, I was at a bar with the crazy one, and she's like, "Can you order something for us?" So I'm like, "No problem." Is that how you type?
That's how I text, dude. Just like I use the thumb and the index.
That's crazy.
I don't do this nonsense.
Wait a minute. You do the thumb and then this?
I do the thumb and then this. That's how I text. Everybody says it's very bizarre.
That is gnarly.
I've been called out on this a million times.
That
I'm
is
just a
gnarly.
thumb guy.
You're a thumb guy?
I knew it.
I bet you are.
I knew it.
Just right thumb.
You look like one, you act like one, and you are one.
Dude, I do want to apologize to the city of Reno. We upset the city of Reno on Beyond the Bell.
You got them Renopolians after you.
I got the Renopoli. We're about 30 seconds into the show. I made a comment about how nobody wants to go to Reno. I know nothing about Reno. Let me just say that. I know it's a city in Nevada.
I may have been there once.
Have you been to Reno? I think I've been to Reno.
Maybe.
Isn't it like mini Vegas?
It is like a mini Vegas, yeah.
I thought it was Nevada's ripoff of Atlantic City.
Nevada's Atlantic City, Reno, Nevada.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I don't know.
They came first, I think.
Jesse Razzo in the chat says, "By the way, Andrew, I'm from Reno, and
See?
I would like Double or Nothing here."
I know.
A crying emoji.
I know. They're very upset.
You made him cry.
I made that man cry. We share the same birth date, so
nice.
My apologies. Hate the city of Reno.
Have you
Guys, have I? Yeah, I think so.
Have you been anywhere else in Nevada besides Las Vegas?
Old Vegas.
Well, that's in the same.
I think I've been to
same
Reno.
spot.
I was in Summerlin.
Okay.
I went to Summerlin to see a friend there.
Large 23. I live an hour and a half from Reno. I don't go to Reno.
See? Okay, now I started a war here. A lot to talk about today.
Is Reno the Staten Island of Nevada?
We need people to confirm this. I can't speak on
New York
Nevada.
is the Reno of America.
now, New York City is the Reno, Nevada of New York City. Our mayor. My favorite is
Batman
when he
villain?
says Islamabad.
Oh yeah,
New York City is the Islamabad
of America.
I thought it was the funniest thing. That guy's not having a good couple of weeks.
Can we not have a douchebag mayor?
No. They always have to be like Batman villains.
They're all very Batman.
When is the last time we didn't have a Batman mayor? I want you to think of that.
Bloomberg.
You think so?
Yeah.
Oh, I think he's the most Batman-y of them all.
I think he's Batman.
Look how we went. Ed Koch, right? Batman-y.
Batman villain.
Okay?
Dinkins.
100%.
Yeah.
Dinkins. Batman mayor.
Yeah.
Mayor Rudy Giuliani.
Giuliani, listen, not for nothing. Giuliani was at one point America's mayor.
And then he became the
guess what?
Penguin.
He effing blew it.
He became the Penguin.
He effing blew it.
Okay? Mayor
Yeah.
Giuliani. Another Batman mayor.
Yep.
Bloomberg. I think a Batman mayor.
De Blasio.
Oh, Lurch?
Yeah, De Blasio's a giant.
He was a Frankenstein.
Yeah, he was a Frankenstein.
And now we got the all-time comedically Batman mayor.
This guy works for
Eric
the Penguin.
Adams.
Eric Adams works for the Penguin.
Eric Adams 100% is on the take with the Penguin. A lot to talk about here. We got a ton of professional wrestling to go into. Rich, where do you want to go?
All right. So, listen, right off the top of the bat, if you haven't seen the graphic to today's episode, apparently The Rock is coming back to SmackDown tonight.
Yes, he is.
I think we should lead off with that.
So he made like a YouTube, an Instagram.
He's streaming?
He's streaming, dude. He's doing a podcast. He did an Instagram video where he's walking in his yard. Right? Jonathan, you saw this video?
I did not. No.
Okay, you should take a look while we're doing this because you would probably get a kick out of it. And he's doing like this almost like this motivational thing. He's like, there comes a time where you put your head to sleep and you're like, what am I doing next? Essentially, and he's like, and then you put stuff in the back burner. You're like, oh yeah, I'll get to that. I'll get to that. I'll do that at another time. But sometimes time runs out. He goes, I woke up this morning and I was like, F it. I'm doing it.
Wow.
I wonder what they're doing. He
Well,
also had an Instagram post. Did you see that one?
Yes.
Where he said, and I have it right here. He goes, the final boss is coming to handle business, deliver a big, beautiful gift to the city of New Orleans.
Now wrong.
No. That's how they say it, dude.
No.
And fuck up a certain someone's life with the final boss gospel. So who is he coming after?
I mean, for all intents and purposes, the first name that comes to, I want to say both of our heads, is Cody.
The first that comes to mind is Cody.
Right? He's coming back to it a year later.
I mean, it's amazing. Like, somebody posted, he goes, leave it to The Rock to screw CM Punk out of another main event.
That's funny.
But I'm very curious where this goes, because you could obviously see, unless he interferes with Roman and you finally do it, I think it's, listen, what do you, and this is a good question for everybody. Dwayne's back. Who should he have this match with? In Vegas.
Well, part of me says, and again, this is WrestleMania season, so this is a lot of like fantasy booking, right? I would love to see a continuation of the Cody story.
Yeah.
Rock puts him over. You have a banging main event.
And Rock puts Cody over.
Rock puts Cody over.
But does that hurt the match that I want to see more than anything else is Rock and Roman?
Roman screws Rock. SummerSlam, Rock and Roman.
SummerSlam. And where is SummerSlam this year?
Well, I don't know.
I believe it's here.
Really?
It's at MetLife.
Oh, okay. Well, it's not here.
Do you know, like people are like, oh, you guys are going to get SummerSlam.
Mm-hmm. No, we're not.
And I'm like, no, man, New Jersey's getting it. And they're like, yeah, but it's not far from you. How far is it? How far is the Meadowlands? 40 minutes?
I'll give you the exact, you know how far it is?
Yeah.
It's called a pain in the ass.
A pain in the ass.
Yeah.
That's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
I do not want to go to the Meadowlands.
No.
Nobody wants to go to the Meadowlands. People from Jersey don't want to go to the Meadowlands.
True.
People that live in the Meadow, nobody lives in the Meadowlands.
Are we wrong? Is it our fault?
No. We're not.
Is it
wrong.
our fault for
Do you
being...
know, dude?
Are we terrible fans?
Do you know how many people that I know that had season tickets for the Giants or Jets,
Yeah.
and they've given it up not because they stopped following the team. The teams suck, but that's different. They don't want to go there because it's a hellhole to escape.
Yeah. No, yeah,
Well,
it's a hell.
hard to get
It's
to.
hard to get to. It's
Very
a pain in
hard.
the ass to get
No
home.
Ubers.
You know, yeah, no Uber. You got to take an Uber from Jersey back here from there. How much would that cost, man? That would be at
Let's
least
see. You want to see?
$250.
You want to see?
I'll call it. Yeah,
Let's do it.
$250 from here to the Meadowlands.
$250. All right. Let's place this bet.
So this is our new segment. This is Andrew on the Uber.
Andrew on the Uber.
How much that Uber?
Giants.
That's the name of the segment. Andrew, how much that Uber? Giant Stadium to Bayside, Queens. Let's see it.
It's only
Giant
like
Stadium.
5 minutes for me.
Is it really?
We're not
Okay.
talking about you, Jonathan.
I'm
let's
basically in the
We're
middle.
talking
All
about
right.
us.
Actually, what did you say?
I said 250.
250.
I said
What do you guys
150.
say? 150. What do you say?
Price is
MJ?
right.
Price is right.
Whoever is closest without
I'm
going
gonna say
over.
Shockingly
175.
inexpensive.
Really?
$93.
No.
$100 for a black. I'd take it immediately. Tomorrow I
Wow.
would
You
take
know
this. I paid $200 to go home.
That's
Looks like
right
we're going
now,
to
though.
SummerSlam.
Yeah, dude, it looks like we're
Right
going to
now, though.
SummerSlam.
Well, I mean,
I take it all back. Meadowlands is great.
well, here's the technical thing, right?
Yeah.
So let's say we take a $100 Uber to get there,
Mhm.
right? We can easily also pull the move we did last year and give the guy, give some guy money and steal another guy's
And
ride.
steal another guy's
Sorry
ride?
to
We
that
could do
guy
that.
that we stole his ride. But that you can always do that.
I could probably get a pickup for us from the Meadowlands.
There you go.
Well, no, what you could do, what we could
Jonathan.
do is
It's called Jonathan.
I drive, and then
You drive.
I drive y'all back to my place, and y'all Uber from my place. Less congestion over here for the Uber.
Oh,
I don't
you know
about
what?
that.
That
That sounds like
works
a trap.
too. It is a trap. Well,
wow.
Last time we got in the car with Jonathan and he took us somewhere,
I know.
nobody saw us for 3 weeks and we all got COVID.
Also, the last time you were in a car with Jonathan, what happened to you?
Oh, I almost went to jail.
Exactly.
Yeah. I'm not even kidding.
Exactly. It's not a joke.
I almost went to
This guy
jail.
Almost went to
But
jail.
I
It
wasn't
was-
driving.
What?
I was driving him because he was too drunk.
Can we tell the story?
I will one day.
Okay.
I will tell that story.
The very end of the story is it's April 1st, and these guys are calling me, telling me about their troubles, and I didn't believe them.
Yeah.
And it was true.
And it's all on video.
It's all on video also.
Yeah, I've seen the video. It's really gnarly. It's like a Girls Gone Wild video, but it's the opposite.
I'm a bad boy. You guys don't know. I'm a crazy man. Yeah, so The Rock.
The Rock. Dwayne Johnson.
All right, so...
Did you hear he's going to be in a Scorsese flick?
No.
Uh-huh.
He's playing a mob guy.
Yeah, I think a Hawaiian mob guy.
A Hawaiian mob guy,
I think Scorsese is the only director who could bring a not wooden performance out of The Rock. Listen, I love The Rock in movies.
But he's
the same guy in every movie.
It's the same, but that happens to all of them.
Yeah.
Vin Diesel's the same guy. The other one, Jason...
Momoa?
Jason
Bourne?
Statham.
Jason Statham.
No, but Statham's the man. I'm the gatekeeper.
But he's the same character.
Yeah. He's always got a job.
Actually,
Arnold, all the same.
You know what? Go ahead, Jonathan. What were we
I
going to say?
just looked at this movie with Leonardo DiCaprio and Emily Blunt. This might be a great movie.
It's a Scorsese flick. You know, Marty's going to be like, "Can you do me a favor? Can you just not?
Can you just not be The Rock? Can you just not be The Rock?
Not? Here's one note. Stop being The Rock."
All right. What do you think he does? He calls out Cody
again. Fanboy booking.
He just told him he loved him and how great he is like 2 weeks ago.
But what did he do last year? He flipped the script last year, right? He can do the same thing. He can be like, "Listen, I gave you your praise, blah blah blah. But this is, I'm the final boss. I'm gonna be the boss. Give me the belt." And then, you know what? I wouldn't mind that. I wouldn't mind that at all. Now, who interrupts this? Because it can't just be a one-on-one between Rock and Cody.
You ready?
Yeah.
Are you ready? This is how I do it. Doesn't even have to lead to any of it. Just what a cool segment this is. Rock comes out, starts mother effing Cody.
Yeah.
Right? Cody then comes out and says whatever. Cena's music hits.
Yeah.
He comes out. CM Punk's music hits. He comes out. He cuts a promo.
Love it.
You do an old school, like Raw, how it used to be for WrestleMania, where like there's like 9 people.
Right.
All kind of feuding, and then it goes into a whole brawl, and then you're like, total mayhem, we'll be right back after this. And then Jerry Seinfeld comes out.
Oh, the ghost of Jerry. You know
Jerry.
You know what I would love?
Yeah.
You know what I would love? Rock takes out somebody from the chamber and puts himself in.
That would be pretty gnarly.
Rock is like, Seth doesn't need to be in this chamber. It's me.
Is that his gimmick? He just mother F's everybody
I think
just
so.
with politics?
I wouldn't mind that. I would not mind that at all. Imagine The Rock. He'd barely fit in that tube.
I think, but here's the problem, right? When you do that, unfortunately, people are going to be supporting that. Because who do you want to see in the chamber?
Yeah.
Seth Rollins? You're going to have like 5 people. They're like, oh, he's taking his spot away from Seth Rollins. But most people, 90% of the people watching the show don't give a shit. They want to see The Rock.
Yeah. Right.
They're like, oh, it's a story. He's not politicking. It's a story.
It's box office.
It's
man.
box office.
Yeah.
Very interesting. I'm very curious to see what they do with The Rock tonight on SmackDown. Yes. Also, AEW Double or Nothing. No longer going to Las Vegas.
Interesting.
Partially, a couple of reasons for this. One, Las Vegas has gotten very expensive Memorial Day weekend.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And they felt it the last time. Also, WWE is going to be there for WrestleMania, like a month before? So, all right, they moved it.
Smart move.
To Phoenix, Arizona.
Smart move.
The Desert Diamond Arena in Glendale, Arizona.
Glendale, Arizona.
It's Phoenix.
Is
kind of.
it?
Yeah,
Okay.
It's like right across.
Phoenix adjacent?
It's like
I've
Phoenix
never been to
adjacent.
Arizona.
It's kind of Phoenix. Sunday, May 25th. All right, cool.
Great.
Must be way less expensive to go to Glendale
Yeah, exactly.
than it is to go to Vegas that weekend.
I imagine Glendale, Arizona, wherever they're having that show, is much like Hoffman Estates in Chicago.
No, I think it's like it's a much busier place.
It's like a bustling metropolis.
Yeah, let's see. Let's look it up while we
let's look it up.
Well, there's
an
an Air
Let's look
Force
this up
base
here.
there. It's where the Cardinals play.
Okay. All right. That's something.
Yeah. That's what I was going to say. Are they not playing at the State Farm Arena?
No.
Glendale, Arizona.
Glendale, Arizona.
Have you ever been to Arizona?
I've never been to Arizona.
I've never been to Arizona either.
Maybe we go to this.
Yeah.
That might be fun.
I'm an alumni
Couple
of
of-
Arizona State.
Couple of boys in the desert.
Couple of boys in the desert. I need boots.
From what I hear about Arizona, they might treat you a little poorly, though.
Do they not like my kind?
Oh, dear.
Goldberg said on
actually-
his... Yeah, go
There's
ahead.
actually a big Arab community in Phoenix.
I'm not Arab.
No, but you can pass as one.
I'm not Arab. We don't all look alike, dude.
and
I'm
if
laughing
you're
at the
with
fact
me,
that
you're
you yelled that out.
I'm not...
I think your reaction was so funny.
I'm not Arab. I know you want me to be one of your people. I'm not. I'm sorry. I just can't. There's nothing. I can't change my DNA. Goldberg said on his podcast this week that he expects his last match to be this summer. Oh, so maybe we get Goldberg at SummerSlam.
Goldberg teams up with Sundberg. Is
that kid signed to an NIL yet?
Yeah, right. Goldberg and Sundberg versus AJ and Big Justice.
Oh my god!
Book it.
Oh my god!
You'd flip out.
I would love that.
You'd love that.
He said he's been doing. He's feeling like $1 trillion after getting stem cell therapy in Colombia. Everybody's going to Colombia. My buddy just went to Colombia to get stem cell therapy.
Imagine if Goldberg also got like a hair transplant.
Oh, dude!
Why are people?
Didn't he have a movie where he had hair in it?
I forget. Would you flip out if all of a sudden like Goldberg is jacked than ever? Beautiful coif.
He just went to Turkey?
Just like
he just came back from Turkey and got a hair transplant?
Yeah, gorgeous head of hair.
Oh, man, I would hate that, actually.
Jonathan, can you make Goldberg with a gorgeous head of hair, please?
Absolutely. Yeah, give me 1 second.
Thank you. Thank you.
Oh, dear God.
Brock Rex Steiner, Scott's son, has signed a WWE NIL deal.
Very cool.
So you have a Brock Steiner. Is he going to be a Steiner?
And a Braun Breaker.
And then you got a Braun Breaker. A Braun Steiner and a Brock Steiner. Why not just call him a Steiner? I don't understand it.
Yeah.
Team them up.
Mm-hmm.
This is exactly how it happened. You know, Rick started first.
Yeah.
And then here comes Scotty.
Mm-hmm.
And then Scotty got over. I mean, this is going to be fantastic. I hope this kid does tremendous.
Yeah.
He's a big kid, too.
Yeah.
And you know he does his father's bicep thing when he plays? Yeah. Fantastic.
Listen, I don't mind it. I also find it so fascinating and cool that the Steiner brothers are now like a part of the WWE family again. And for years, Scott would poo-poo everything.
I think now because of his son.
Yeah.
He's like, okay.
Like,
who's he feuding with, though? Who's left to feud with? Who did he have a problem with? Scott.
That's true. Yeah.
Hogan. Mm-hmm. Oh, Triple H. But I guess that's done. He's an old man now. These are old men.
Yeah.
They can still choke me to death, but they're still old men. Why they don't have the vitriol that they did before?
When was the inauguration for them in the Hall of Fame? Was that last year or 2 years ago?
January 20th.
2 years ago, I believe. Yeah.
Oh no, the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
I think it was 2 years ago. Do you remember that man that was a photo of him saying, "Do not let him in the building"? Do you remember that was going around?
Yeah.
I think that's insane.
This is wild. Oh, can we talk about this next story?
Yeah, go.
So there's new details on the fabled Tony Khan and Shane McMahon meeting. Jonathan Coachman claimed on his Coach and Bro podcast that during the much discussed meeting McMahon and Khan had last summer, McMahon asked for both equity in AEW and to quote unquote run the entire show. The report was that Tony Khan ghosted him, but what do you make of that?
Is this who's the bro? Is the bro Vince Russo?
Come on, bro.
The coach and the bro.
Come on, bro.
I knew who was filling in for him on that
show. Who was?
I'm not going to say his name.
Why?
JD.
Voldemort?
Oh, JD? Okay.
Yeah, that's okay. You can say JD's name.
Yeah, I don't listen. I don't know why. Like people say his name to me, like it's like you can't.
Poison.
Yeah, he's not Voldemort. You don't know Harry Potter, so you don't get that reference.
Listen, you know how I do. I know who Voldemort is.
Okay,
I do.
Voldemort.
Voldemort.
Yeah.
Doesn't he become a bat and fly around?
Sure.
Does he become a bat and fly? No. Okay. I really swear to you,
he's
I thought
Snake Man.
He's a snake man. Mm-hmm. Okay. People are entitled to have different types of opinions with anything. JD has his opinions. I've never once been in a room with him where I've said, "This is a bad man."
Yeah, you've never had a bad interaction.
I've never had a bad interaction. He's nice to me. I'm nice to him. Listen, we could all have different takes. He likes things a different way, and I like things a different way. I mean, everybody's entitled. I don't know what the big deal is. You either like his takes and you're into it, or you hate it.
Right.
And you don't want to listen to it. Mm-hmm. All right, don't listen. Or you like it, listen. Who cares? Mm-hmm. Now, the story, I don't know. Who's coach's source on this? No knock at Coachman. He's always been very nice to me. Mm-hmm. Is it possible? Sure.
Yeah, why not?
Do I know that happened? No, I don't know that happened. Now, honestly, though, if I'm just going to put myself in Shane McMahon's shoes, of course I would ask for equity.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
Like, okay. That's a very normal thing to ask for.
Sounds like a very McMahon thing.
Well, it's a very, forget about McMahon, it's a very smart business thing to do. He obviously loves wrestling. He wants to be in the wrestling business. He knows that his name has leverage.
No, absolutely.
He knows that his name has leverage. And I think we're getting a call.
Oh, yeah?
And let me see if this phone system works.
All right, I got to go smoke a cigarette.
All right, go smoke a cigarette. Oh, we're getting a call.
Hello?
Hello?
Ring, ring.
Who's there?
It is me. I'm back again.
French Tony Khan. Welcome back to the show.
Happy New Year.
I have not seen you in a long time. How's it been?
Andre, it has been fantastic.
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 How did you like your
That's
last
how you
show?
say it in French.
In what?
French.
How do you spell that
That
word?
is the language I speak.
French.
F-R-E-A-N
Yeah. Uh-huh.
C.
Uh-huh.
3 H's. And the dash above the H's.
Oh, fancy.
It's like ranch, but French.
Very French of you. I know you're a very busy
Bonjour.
guy. Bonjour. I know you're very busy. And I want to ask you about this exclusive story from Jonathan Coachman about your meeting with Shane McMahon. I'm just going to be blunt. I'm going to ask you straightforward. Did he ask for equity in your company?
I will tell you the truth here.
Okay, tell me.
I met with Shane O'Mac,
Okay.
and he said, Mr. TK, I would love to be on board, but I would love some equity in your company.
Oh,
He
how
made
much equity did he
He
ask
made
for?
it rhyme a little bit.
Did he do a dance?
He did a little dance.
Oh.
Look at him go.
Look at that little
Made a
McMahon.
little love.
Look at that little McMahon go. He did the Soldier Boy.
He did this at the airport?
Yes.
Is that why you were
Oui.
so shocked?
Oui.
Is that why you were so shocked when they took the photo?
The point is, he asked for a stake in the company, and I said, what kind? I only have New York Strip. No, but seriously, what he said was, give me a part of your company. And I said, okay, cool. I will not ghost you, but you have to change your name on air.
Oh, what would it be?
Shane Big Mac.
Shane Big Mac.
I have to go.
Thank you, Tony. French Tony Khan, everybody. Rich, you back?
Yep.
Oh, how?
There's
I'm
a
sorry.
quick cigarette. Thank you for installing that door, by the way.
Yeah, it's a great. You just go right out the front over here.
I also haven't smoked in like 15 years, so.
Yeah, that was a quick.
I'm
one.
very
only a
out of
couple
breath.
pulls.
Very out
Only
of
a couple pulls. Yeah. So apparently that's the story there. Now I've not heard that from anybody. I did not hear that Shane got ghosted by Tony.
Yeah.
Listen, people say things in passing, so it's very possible that Shane turned around and was like, yeah, I met him, and then he never come back. He ghosted me.
It's wild.
I say crazy shit like that a lot.
Yeah.
And like you've known me for so long,
Yeah.
right? And I say, like, if I'm trying to bust balls a little bit, I'll overly exaggerate something.
Yeah,
right?
for sure.
The other day, one of the guys was limping
Mm-hmm.
that I work with, and I went into my office. I'm like, you saw what happened to Phil? I'm like, that fucking guy tumbled down the stairs. He broke both his legs. He's sitting on the bottom.
the best.
He's
It's
waiting
the
for an
best.
ambulance. And people ran out. And they're like, there's no one there. I'm like, what are you, an idiot?
Yeah.
You think that's how I come and tell you that some man broke both his legs?
It's the best. So like this is, I feel like we both do the same thing. So if there's more people around that haven't heard a story,
Yeah.
that story will get larger and larger and larger.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, so big.
So like Alex did that. Like Alex likes to tell a couple of stories that we are inside with, right?
Yeah.
But every time I tell him, he'll always mutter like, "Oh, you always make it so much worse." It's got to be bigger.
Bigger.
Bigger
Always
for the
go
new
bigger.
crowd. Always bigger for the new crowd.
AEW Saturday Night Grand Slam Australia that aired. It went on the air at 10:50
Great.
p.m. Collision did 502,000 viewers. It was up 29.7%, so 30% over last week's numbers. It started off with over 1 million viewers and continued to decline after that, expectedly.
It was right after
Because guess
Duck
what?
Houses.
Because guess what? When did I watch that show? And I had to do a radio show the next day.
You watched it
I
the
watched
next
it
morning?
The next morning. I
Yeah.
got up at 6:30 in the morning and I watched it.
You should have watched it during the show.
Hmm?
You should have watched it during Observer.
Oh, just well, do you know the trick with that show is it takes us. First of all, I was dying. Thank God for MG.
Yeah. Oh, you were still sick.
I saved him.
I'm not exaggerating. Where I've never struggled to do a 34-minute recording.
Wow.
It took me like 2 hours.
Wow.
I couldn't breathe. I almost quit like 3 times midway through the show. And he's like, no, man, you got to do it. You got to do it. He motivated
Power through,
me.
man.
Did he take over?
He kept telling me, power through.
About 4 minutes left, Rich. About 4 minutes left in the show, in the long segment. I did take over.
Yeah, he had to take over
Wow,
the
good
last
job.
segment. Yeah.
Did that feel good? Did you get a boner?
He always takes over. He's always on.
Very nice.
Nobody knows.
Slipped
Nobody
in some
sees him. They just hear him. What I would do for a Quaalude today. I'm telling you.
RFK's bringing them back.
I hope so. I hope so. He's taking away our Hot Pockets, I heard.
Great. We don't need him.
My kid does a great RFK.
I know. I've heard.
Yeah.
Does
How
he?
old's Hunter?
7.
He's 7, right?
Yeah, he does
that's
a fantastic RFK.
For a 7-year-old,
Oh, I
that's a
need
good
to hear
RFK.
Yeah, he does a good. He does Tim Dillon do an RFK.
Okay.
That's what he does.
Okay, that's great.
Yeah. Cheryl, there's a bomb in the car. Cheryl.
They turned my uncle into an airport.
They turned my uncle into an airport and my father into a bridge. Yeah. I want him to say that. I really do.
I would love it if he starts saying like really wacky shit.
They turned my father into a bridge.
Apart from all the other wacky shit that RFK Jr. says, I want him to say like even more wacky shit.
I want him to start openly accusing people of being reptilians. That's nice. I cannot wait for that. That will make me so happy. Yeah, so I don't know. That meeting, who knows? 502,000 viewers up. Michael Cole says the new WWE deal that he did will take him into his retirement age.
Wow.
He revealed on the Logan Paul Impulsive podcast he recently signed a new long-term deal. He also said the company made him feel important for the first time.
Wow.
Because Vince is not there.
Yeah, probably.
Can you imagine what it's like for that man not to have Vince McMahon for over 20-something years screaming at him and essentially
Berating
him in his ear on how to do his job? And listen, Michael Cole is considerably one of the best to ever do this.
Absolutely.
And so unfortunate for him, he came right after Jim Ross. He was a Jim Ross replacement, and nobody wanted to see Jim Ross replaced at that time.
Yeah.
So he became, and listen, he was sterile. But the second you take that Vince McMahon restriction off, you see how great he is. That, I think for a lot of people, that first sign of what a talented play-by-play and commentary guy Michael Cole was that Japan show.
Yeah.
When there was no Vince in his ear and he was calling moves.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, he calls. I'm like, of course he calls moves. He's been covering professional. You don't think this man knows what these moves are?
He knows what's what.
Like,
and I've always liked Michael Cole.
Michael Cole, Tony Schiavone, Jim Ross, for our era.
Yeah.
Right?
Sure.
Mike Tenay.
Yeah.
I always loved Mike Tenay on commentary. There's only... think about in our lifetime, right? How many people have been the play-by-play guy?
Right. Exactly.
Not many.
Yeah.
I mean, now this is like a new era where we have like 500 people getting swapped. You know, you had Vic Joseph doing it. You have Joe Tessitore actually could possibly become one of the best.
He does a really good job.
I'm not exaggerating this. He is, for someone that is not a Jim Ross that grew up in the wrestling business.
Yeah.
Or Tony Schiavone. He is great at playing that role, and he knows enough. And he's only going to get better. I think he's the only one that I would say since, I don't know when, 20 years, that is a good replacement.
Yes.
Am I wrong here? Anybody
No,
disagree?
you're 100% right. But listen.
You're 100% right there.
It's going to happen again, because at some point, like if this is going to take Michael Cole into retirement age, he's going to be the JR.
Sure.
And I feel bad for who has to replace him.
I mean, listen, Michael Cole will go down as one of the greatest, and I think that's a tough pill for a lot of people to swallow because of the Jim Ross bias. But it's been a long time, and this guy has done everything, every humiliating thing that was thrown at him. He's moved from one roster to another roster, had a different partner. Pat McAfee revitalized him more than anything else.
He can take such a beating too.
Yeah,
like on the mic, off the mic. Who did he try to dap up? At the last show.
Quavo. Yeah, he was trying to dab up Quavo.
Listen, that I find so hysterical.
Well, you know the
so
only thing
genuine.
that was missing?
Yeah.
Him going, come here, young man, let me give you a pound.
Yeah.
In his defense,
You mean we don't want
Julian
dueling Vince McMahon voices back?
What?
We don't want
What happened,
dueling
MJ?
Vince McMahon voices back?
What is he saying?
What are you
Remember
talking
how
about?
he used to call? Remember how Vince used to call? Andrew does it all the time. He
God
calls
damn
the
it.
move and then he Yeah.
Oh, here he comes. 3, 2, who is it? It's Eli Blue. Or is it Jacob? That one?
The real high and then the real low?
Do you know, my mother used to lose her mind because whenever I used to play with the figures, I used to do that high-pitched Vince McMahon voice. And she used to lose her mind because that's all she would hear for like 2 hours, me playing with my stupid figures. Oh my God, here he comes. And then he got him.
Always the low. I always like the low.
That man is one of the reasons for my mental illness. WWE revealed.
I think you're the only one, bud.
I'm not. That man revealed. WWE revealed their new WWE ID titles.
The man.
The inaugural WWE ID champions will be determined by a tournament taking place on the top independent promotions.
Awesome.
The belts. I can't wait till they start selling replicas of this.
Oh, yeah.
And people like indie guys start walking around to get a better, like they start carding the promoters. Like, no, man, I got an NIL deal. I got to deal with them. I just want it. It's not airing yet. Hasn't aired yet. It's airing in 3 months.
Yeah. Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it, but I'll come on the TV with this. Very cool.
This is the way. I feel like this is the way to do it, because it's not. I feel like this is a good approach because WWE and AEW, they both drained the indies at one point, right?
Yeah.
I feel like this is a way to keep the indies going because it spreads the word a little bit to more mainstream fans, right? Like if you were like, hey, I heard there's a guy wrestling in like so-and-so promotion.
Yeah.
Who's an NIL guy. He's fighting for that belt. We gotta go watch that.
Yeah.
He could be the new whatever, right? I think it's going to bring more eyes to the indies, which is great.
I think that's fine.
Yeah. And then obviously this is almost like your career mode in a video game.
This is exactly what that
where you get the indie guy who goes to the NXT, to the Performance Center. From NXT gets to the Rumble, gets to the main roster, and then further and further.
Yeah, I like this a lot.
Yeah.
AEW's pay-per-view library is coming to Max March 1st. Some more stuff.
Great.
There was a leak that came out. Lifehacker.com put out what's coming to Max on March 1st, and they posted A Lost Lady, 1934, A Woman's Face, 1941, AEW Special Events, 2020, 2021, 22, 23, and 24. Along the Great Divide, 1951, and Arrow in the Dust, 1954. So they're adding their stuff to the library.
Awesome.
Cool. Let's go into speed up mode a little bit because I got to get out of here at 11:40. Ricky Starks has revealed his new name. Oh, that's so good.
Which I love.
That's so good.
Can we get that on the air somehow?
I don't think I can.
Okay.
I have no keyboard or mouse anymore.
Okay.
Ricky Starks, his new name, Ricky Saints.
I love it.
People were not liking this.
Why?
I think Tobias Fuke would have been a way worse name, whatever that name was.
Ricky Sacks?
Ricky Sacks would have been bad. He's Ricky Saints. He's from New Orleans. The Saints play in New Orleans.
It makes sense because guess what? Next week, there's going to be people with Saints Row signs.
Saints Row.
Yeah.
In the front row. Oh, you know what?
Built-in goodness.
Built-in, great. That makes a lot of sense. They also have a Starks on the main roster, Zoe.
Right.
And, you can't have more than one of the same name. You can't have 2 first names. You can't have 2 last names.
And also, like, what an easy name to chant.
Ricky Saint.
Or just Saint. He can come out and start doing, like, the Houdat.
I don't like his pose.
I know you don't. I know you have a problem with that.
I don't like that. It's very...
The things I love, the things you have problems with.
Yeah, I don't like it. I don't like it. I also don't like the Daniel Garcia dance.
Yeah, I mean, like, I get that more than you not liking a guy doing this.
I don't mind it when it's like Chicago.
Okay.
When it's Liza Minnelli, I don't mind it. When it's Ricky Saints, not a fan. You also had, this was a big NXT. I got to tell you, this NXT was awesome.
Yeah.
Ricky Starks is now Ricky Saints.
Interrupted by All Ego,
Ethan Page. Great. They're going back to that.
Great. Also interrupted by Wes Lee.
Yep. We also had Moose show up to challenge Oba Femi.
Very interesting.
Moose got a big response. Yeah. No Quarters Catch Crew.
Last night, Oba was on TNA.
Yeah. TNA was great last night. You also had No Quarter Catch Crew. Tavon Heights and Mile Bourne, hate that name, issued a challenge to Matt and Jeff Hardy next week for the titles. The Hardys are back now in NXT. They will be defending their TNA titles. Jordan Grace also would team up with Julia and Stephanie Vaquer to win her first official match in NXT.
That was a great ending.
Great ending, yeah.
That was a great ending. I like that, like the shot of the three of them all kind of eyeing each other.
Yeah. I'm getting my itch back for a lot more wrestling.
Good.
The Rock to appear, like we said.
'Tis the season.
The Rock is appearing. Who's he challenging? We'll find out. You also have Drew McIntyre versus Jimmy Uso. Is that tonight?
That is tonight.
That's great.
Yeah.
And you have Team DIY, Tag Team Champions, defending against Pretty Deadly.
Great.
The announced card for February 24th Raw, the final episode before Elimination Chamber. That's next week. Women's Tag Team Champions Bianca Belair and Naomi defend against Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez. Women's Intercontinental Champion Lyra Valkyria defends against Dakota Kai. The updated card for Elimination Chamber so far: John Cena, CM Punk, Drew McIntyre, Logan Paul, Damian Priest, and Seth Rollins in the men's chamber. Liv Morgan, Alexa Bliss, Bianca Belair, Bayley, Naomi, and Roxanne Perez in the women's. Trish Stratus and Tiffany Stratton against Nia Jax and Candice LeRae. And an unsanctioned match. Kevin Owens versus Sami Zayn for the 500th time in their lives.
Why not?
You know what? And I don't mind it.
I don't mind it either. You know, it's funny because like I would never get sick of these guys. But you know what? If I see Orton versus Cena again, I don't want it. But I know it's going to happen.
I don't want to see Orton and Cena.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But I do. Part of me does.
Part of me does. Part of me doesn't.
But they had that like, give me more of these. I like Owens. Too bad it's not for a big title.
Let's skim through AEW from Wednesday night. It started off. Hangman Page should be the guy that beats. I've decided this.
Okay.
Hangman should be the one that beats Jon Moxley for the title.
Tell me why.
I've changed my tune after this.
Okay.
He is so over.
Mm-hmm.
He's an incredible character with extreme depth. I really like this face-to-face.
Yeah.
They first put each other over. Bringing up the history going back to 2019, MJF says that the fans will tell you Hangman did nothing wrong, as they'll chant cowboy shit at the top of their lungs.
Right.
I love that. MJF asks if everything Page has done, does Page love himself? Did Page love himself when he ended the career of his mentor, Chris Daniels? Page fires back that Daniels is 10 times the man that MJF ever would be. He rips, and he'd rip out his spine and give it to Daniels if he could. So that's the turn. He feels bad for what he did.
Yes.
Never mind. I have something in my pocket. I did not know what it was.
Okay.
This would lead.
He changed it.
This would lead to a brawl.
I caught it.
He caught it. He changed it.
Fucker.
It originally said brawl.
Never mess with my bits.
I could not wait to hear you get that line out, and he changed it last second.
You know, I had a whole thing I was going to go into.
Really?
I fucked it up.
MJ.
Big mistake. It's okay. This would lead to a brawl, which Chris Daniels would come out and help break up, and almost getting hit by Hangman again. So maybe they do this where Chris Daniels costs Hangman the match, and he turns and he assists MJF.
You think so?
I think I'd be into that. That's cool.
I'd be all right with
the ops.
That.
Yeah. I'm into this team.
Yeah,
love
absolutely.
the name, love the crew, very believable. Samoa Joe, Hook, and Shibata defeated the Patriarchy. These guys are going for the trios titles.
Good.
New entrants for the ops also. I forgot that Brian Keith comes out to that song.
Mm-hmm.
What song is that he comes out to?
I'm not sure.
Pink Pony Club.
I probably would know.
It's not, dude. I got to talk about this. If you have not seen this video, okay, if there's anything you're going to consume with wrestling today, go to Danhausen's Twitter, his ex.
Yes.
And it is a video of him dancing very Dracula-like to Pink Pony Club.
He's got that Nosferatu jacket on. It's fantastic.
I sat in bed. I'm going to tell you, last night, I sat in bed.
Yeah.
And
jerked off.
I'm like, almost. I'm like, Jessica, watch this. I made her watch Danhausen dance the Pink Pony Club.
Mm-hmm.
If I can't come up with an exaggerated number because it was so much.
Did she want a divorce?
She got into it at one point.
Okay.
She got mesmerized, dude.
Mm-hmm.
He did his mesmerism, got mesmerized by this. And then at one point she's like, "Are you going to play it again?" I said, "Yes." She goes, "Okay, like 2 more times. That's it." You know what? I don't need to watch Dynamite ever again or WWE. I consumed so much Danhausen dancing.
You're good.
To that absurd song, to his absurd. He's a little Pee Wee Herman-esque.
Yeah,
And
100%.
I think that's why I'm tickled by him, because I loved Pee Wee.
Were you a big Pee Wee kid?
Huge Pee Wee kid.
Really?
Loved Pee Wee.
Okay.
And I loved.
I got a question.
Yeah.
What did your dad think of Pee Wee?
My father liked Pee Wee.
Okay.
Yeah. My father liked Pee Wee.
Yeah, my dad did not like Pee Wee.
Oh, I know what your father would say. Yeah. It broke my heart when he was caught jerking off in a movie theater.
Yeah.
That was a sting, by the way.
You were in that theater, right?
I was there. I was 6 years old. I didn't know what the hell. I thought I was going to see Pee Wee's Big Adventure, and you know what? That guy did go on a big adventure.
Doesn't Pee Wee hang with Lisa?
Yeah, that's terrible.
Does Pee Wee what?
Hang with Lisa?
Lisa Ann?
Yeah.
Pee Wee's dead.
Yeah, dude.
Oh,
R.I.P. R.I.P.
Yeah.
Paul Rubens, man.
Yeah, he died.
Yeah, I was very sad.
Who's the Pee Wee looking person that Lisa hangs out with?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
There's a
You
lot
know,
of Pee
I'll
Wee
send you a
adjacent guys
picture.
out there.
Yeah. Yeah.
R.I.P. Pee Wee.
R.I.P.
I love Pee Wee.
R.I.P. Where were we? Powerhouse Hobbs, Big Bill. I'm just going through this. dude.
Fantastic.
Yeah,
Street fight.
fantastic.
Great.
Big guy match. Big Bill would get caught in the barbed wire on the table, and he couldn't get up to beat the 10 count. This was great.
Great.
Both
Both guys look great.
guys look great.
Strong.
I want Big Bill to get a push.
Meat belt, please.
Meat belt, please. Yes.
I need you to read this next one word for word. This
Okay.
next
Okay.
bit.
Who? Me or him?
Timeless Tony Storm celebration, title celebration. Luther is back as part of her entrance as they put a spotlight on her in the middle of the ring. She starts by saying, "Whore do you all adore? The slut you can't rebut. The tramp is now the champ." She's excellent. She's great.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Fantastique. French Tony Khan would say fantastique.
I don't speak French.
You don't speak French.
No.
I know you don't. She said Mariah May is a sick bitch who gave Storm the fight of her life. Storm beat her with her small package. As folks say, good things come in small packages.
Great.
But May should have worn protection as Storm railed her with the biggest package there's ever been. Now, this is Tony Storm is Lance Storm's niece, correct?
Is she?
Is it the
Like,
niece?
for real?
Or the is it the niece or
niece?
like a cousin?
Like Denise?
Where's the niece?
A niece.
She's a niece.
not the niece. I think in storyline that should be Lance Storm's niece.
Also, side note, check your message because I think Jonathan needs new eyes.
That's not Pee Wee?
That's not Pee Wee,
No,
dude.
that's not Pee Wee,
That is
dude.
not
I
Pee Wee.
actually I ran into this.
Yes.
He's a comic,
Not
and,
Pee Wee.
and
Not Pee Wee.
unfortunately, people that don't know if it's a boy or a girl.
You got to
And
get
it's a
up.
boy.
Yeah.
I think his name is Mario, and Mario is very small, very funny,
Mhm.
and was performing at on Bell Boulevard
Jonathan
at one of the dives.
Wow. Bourbon Street,
No,
the place with
across from Bourbon.
the place with the mechanical bull,
No, next to where the mechanical bull was.
Hatfields.
No,
Press?
little down. No, the hole in the wall. Brian Dempsey's.
Brian. Okay, Dempsey's. Yeah,
Dempsey's.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dempsey's does a comedy show, and he was there.
Jonathan, I think you need to lay off the THC, babe.
All right, what else do we have here? Oh man, Gabe Kidd package was shown.
Great. He's coming to
It's coming to
Collision.
Collision. Great addition to that roster.
Yeah.
I want to see him and Moxley.
I honestly, I want to see him and Jericho.
Oh my god.
Yeah, because he's been calling out the olds lately.
Yeah. I got 10 minutes here. Megan Bain defeated Chris Statlander. Penelope Ford would help Bain. Prince Nana would confront Ricochet, who's still wearing the ROH embassy robe.
Do you want to talk about the Thunder Rosa thing?
Yeah.
There was a botch there.
Oh yeah, what happened there?
So the Megan Bain and
with the chair, right? There's something happened.
Well, Megan Bain and Statlander are heels.
Yes.
Right. So the whole point of contention was I guess they're not cowardly heels because Thunder Rosa went to swing and they just stood there and stared at her.
Yeah, and it went like really weird. I don't know what happened.
That's really weird. Like I saw it and I was like, oh, that's weird. And then the next day, because everybody was posting the clips of it, I was like, yeah, that's a little rough there.
Yeah,
You
probably
know?
miscommunication.
It was awkward.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was like an awkward stop-start right there.
Dude, think about that. They got to do a 2-hour show with no fuck-ups.
Yep.
Live every single week.
Exactly.
You know,
exactly.
It's not easy. Not easy. Prince Nana, so they're continuing that. Ricochet mocked him before leaving. Orange Cassidy defeated Roderick Strong in an international title contender match. After Don Callis' music hit, he walks out with Takeshita and Mark Davis. They would attack Orange Cassidy until Kenny Omega would come and make the save to close out the show. And, and Kenny's like holding the belt, so I guess they're skipping over Orange Cassidy and going straight to Kenny here. Collision for Saturday night, for tomorrow night. Chris Jericho versus Bandito for the ROH World title.
Awesome.
Death Riders defend the trios titles against Daniel Garcia, Matt Menard, and Angelo Parker. The Murder Machines call out the Hurt Syndicate.
That's going to be a good match.
Jess, come here. Can I ask you a question?
You want to come on the air?
Can you come here?
Hello. What is that, pizza?
Oh, okay.
Nice.
I have a question for you.
Great, by the way.
The salsa.
The hot sauce.
The hot sauce. Oh, MG, you opened MG's hot sauce?
Oh, yes, I
Hold
did.
on. Get on mic.
That man can make
That was a no-no.
Oh,
We're supposed to do hot ones today.
Yeah.
Oh, hi, guys.
She drank all the hot sauce.
It's so good. I've been eating it like just every bite. I'm having the mango one.
He's tricking you into doing a mukbang.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Oh, gross. No, I refuse.
Ew.
I was gonna ask you last night. How many times did I force you to watch that Danhausen dancing to Pink Pony Club?
7.
7 times. Thank you.
It was 7. But then you sang along with it.
Yeah.
For an additional 4.
See, I told you. I was singing and dancing.
Yeah.
It's a great song.
The kids in to watch it.
And then I made the kids watch it.
So I mean, in total, I think we're running around 14 to 16 times.
And you didn't spell divorce out in the air. You weren't like.
I think around 5, it was just a lot of eye rolling, and then at one point I just opened TikTok and was
Wonderful.
like, I'm done now. But
All right. Thank you.
really good.
Thank you very much. All right. You can close the door.
Children.
Goodbye. Oh, man, I got to leave in like 10 minutes. All right, let's do a Q&A, boys and girls.
All right.
It's a wacky morning, midday drive time. Get your questions ready in the chat room. I have about 10 minutes, and I got to get the hell out of here.
Sorry, I meant Penelope Ford. My bad.
What did you say?
I said
Penelope.
Statlander. Yeah.
I thought I said Penelope Cruz.
Yeah. Penelope Cruz.
Penelope. You know what? She was great in Blow.
Yeah. Great movie.
Yeah. Maybe Diego wants to fuck you in the ass. George.
Forgotten movie. Yeah. I messed up. Sorry, guys.
Great movie.
I get excited when I talk about wrestling. All right, guys, we're going to do some questions. If you want to super chat us, we're going to answer your question first. I believe we have one already from Mod Revolve. Should have been Ricky Slack's compulsive shopper.
Ricky Slack's compulsive shopper.
Yeah.
You know what? Give that man a reggae horn.
Got it. Beautiful.
Thank you.
Oh, on the money. On
the money. That one is excellent. I would have
money.
liked Ricky Slacks would have worked too.
Ricky Slacks, Ricky Sacks, Ricky Sabu would have been awesome.
Oh, Ricky Sabu.
Sabu.
He does one of those.
Ricky Dreamer would have been cool.
I would not be offended if WWE gave me a Sabu gimmick.
Ricky Taz.
Ricky Taz. That's another one. Yeah.
No, we already know your NXT gimmick. MCAS.
Oh, yeah. What was it?
Queerly Menacing.
Queerly Menacing. That is it.
Based on a demolition. MCASP Pod. AEW has been great the last month. Why aren't people tuning in? Bad perception?
No, I think well, are they tuning in? Are they not tuning in? Is this a decline? Is this the same? Has it been growth? We don't know that because we don't have the max numbers. I will tell you, there was a floating figure that was around 10 to 15% of the viewership. So,
yeah.
You know, it's still not tremendous. If it's 10%, then you got 500,000 viewers and it's 550 now. You know, I don't know. Here's the thing. Nobody, and I just started speaking to the guys at Max again, okay? I was so turned off by covering wrestling, and now I got my itch again, and I'm back. But nobody's disappointed in numbers.
Right.
Okay? Nobody's disappointed. It's not a matter of, oh my God, they're doing terrible. This is bad. This is not good. It's more a matter of, okay, they have a very unique first run program that's garnering over 500,000 viewers on television. If you look at cable, they're still in the rankings. Outside of, if you take sports out and news out, where are they? They're pretty high. Max is fine with this.
Yeah.
Max is okay with this. They're not hating it. So I think what they need to concentrate now on is, listen, let's stop the bleed. The bleed is stopping. They're in more unique venues that are, and I think those venues are helping their TV astronomically.
For sure.
Being in a smaller venue that is a better presentation. It's a unique setup every week. I think this is great. However, they need a captivating, real story. Okay? What is their must-see TV story right now?
Right.
They don't have one. And listen, I for WWE, do they have one? Yeah, they got a bunch.
Well, what happened? It started out really hot with that original Death Riders thing, where they cleaned house. They broke. And then it went nowhere. They broke Private Party's hand. Yeah. They tried to run over Darby, the truck stuff, and that was like, oh shit, what's gonna happen now? What happened?
Nothing. They just been beating everybody up like the NWO.
Yeah.
And at one point, they're gonna have to lose, and I think that's gonna be a big deal when that title comes back to, I think Hangman needs to get it. I know the plan. I know the plan has always been an original to take this. Right? An AEW original to take it. And the plan was definitely Darby.
Yeah.
I will tell you, from multiple people from different avenues of that company, I heard it was going to be Darby, but no, I don't think it's the time, dude.
Right.
I love Darby. I think he's fantastic. I think he's such a unique act, but you are putting the title on Darby is great when you are really firing on all steam.
Yeah.
On all cylinders, right? Mick Foley's a great example of this.
Yes.
If WWE was in a decline at that time, there is no chance Mick Foley would have had that title.
Right.
And Mick Foley should have had that title. I thought that was great. His program, the things that Mick Foley did, the people that he worked with got him to that point.
Yeah.
Because he was a bump machine for everybody else.
Yep.
So they finally put the title on him. I'm telling you right now, if that company was declining, there would have been no chance they would have done that title swap. Time and place. I think there will be the time and the place. I just don't think it's right now. I think it should be Hangman. I think it should be Kenny. I think it should be even Copeland in a weird situation. I think you need this title on big guys that have name recognition that will help elevate whatever you were doing.
Well, let me lay out a year for you.
Yeah.
Right? Cope beats Mox. Christian cashes in on Cope. Darby beats Christian. Hangman beats Darby. Swerve beats Hangman.
Yeah, you could do a lot of that.
Kenny comes in at the end there. That's a good year and a half of title swaps.
I think
that'll be a lot of fun.
They may. I don't love a hot potato with the title, but it has not been done in a very, very long time. And I think if you do it properly, you could do something very unique, saying like, these four are so out of their minds, hell-bent on this title. They will do everything to get it, and they keep one-upping each other.
I agree with that.
And they keep getting it. And the final, move really could be a four-way for the title, and then that culminates it.
Yeah.
You could do something very simple and have it work. I'm just saying.
I would like to see a title win on a pay-per-view and then a title loss on a Dynamite.
I would love to see a title win on a pay-per-view title. Oh, like the next day.
Yeah.
You know what? That is what will happen next. Forget about people's opinion on Vince Russo and what he says and what he does and how he criticizes things. But there were key moments in that era that benefited from his booking philosophy.
Yeah.
Because it catered to today, not to tomorrow. And sometimes you need to do that. You need to think about today instead of thinking about tomorrow. Short-term thinking sometimes in the mix works. All right. What else do we have?
So we have 3 super chats
let's bang
right
them.
now.
We got 10 minutes.
Let's see here. We got
2 are similar.
Trust the process. Any update on when pay-per-views will be on Max?
Like live pay-per-views? When they could figure out their pay-per-view system. It's just not. I always felt that February was the goal, like based on talking to people, and we're at the end of February, so maybe Revolution could have been the first one. I don't know. They're working on it. It's happening. It's just they need to get the architecture set up, and I don't. I'm no computer code man.
Right. You don't do HTML.
No, I do. I write in Python.
You don't do C++.
I write in Python.
Mason346, is the Shockwave concept dead?
No, it's not dead. Nothing has happened.
Thoughts on the Yankees' new beard policy?
What is it? I saw something.
They're allowed to have facial hair as long as it's well groomed.
Like I would be able to play on the Yankees.
I feel like it would have to be tighter.
Has to be tighter.
Yeah, I feel like it would have to be like a lot tighter. Yeah, probably like tight stubble.
I got to tell my Dominican dude to do a fade now on this thing.
Probably like tight stubble.
Tight stubble.
The decade.
Shave your sideburns, Mattingly.
Decades old facial hair policy.
You know the NYPD, they changed their policy back to no facial hair.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, I could never do that. I need at least a little bit.
I would do the mustache. No problem. I would definitely have like the big, thick mustache.
Can you do a goatee next week?
No, I will never do that again.
I want to see you straight up in a goatee.
No, it's over. The goatee's done. Jonathan, you need to get rid of the goatee. You need to grow the sides.
I don't have a
goatee.
I got
longer.
The sides.
But why is it so low? You can't grow the top?
Nah, I struggle with the cheeks.
It comes in all.
So you got up the TRT, dude.
Yeah.
Put more chemicals in your face.
Yeah, put all the chemicals in your face.
MG, what are you rocking? MG's rocking a Fu Manchu.
Brian Pillman Jr. could be a Yankee with his beard.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah, that would be great.
That's a wild beard, too.
Yeah, that's a wild beard.
All right, let's go back to a couple more questions.
Yeah.
We're going to get out of here in like 5 minutes. MCasp says, does MJF Hangman go to All In and ends with a Texas death match, or does Hangman beat Mox at Double or Nothing, where he lost the title 3 years earlier?
Does MJF Hangman go at All In and end with the Texas death match, or does Hangman beat Mox at Double or Nothing? I would definitely do All In. That's a great idea.
Mm-hmm.
And I would definitely maybe do, Edge and Christian at All In. You could do that. That All In show has like 10,000 tickets sold, 11,000. They need to sell a bunch more. They need to put on a hell of a show.
Yes.
Because it's not about convincing people this year to go to it. It's about next year.
Are you tempted to go to All In?
It depends on It depends.
Because it's on the table for us.
In a couple of weeks, we may be having a very different discussion.
I'm kind of tempted. Who, me and you?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
I like that.
And a couple, and everybody else too.
Because of the thing you told me about?
The thing, yeah.
Oh,
in a couple of weeks, there may be a very different discussion about what we do and how we do it and when we do it and where we go.
That's right. We're bringing back Wrestling Society X.
Dude, I bought the rights. I bought the rights to Wrestling Society X. Oh, here we go. Just a process. The Cryptic Zarian is back.
Good. Let's see. What do we got here? Alex Cariglu.
I'm going to tell you guys something. I don't think anybody would have put this on their 2025 bingo card.
The thing that you're talking about. Yeah. Very cool.
Enzo's coming to host the show.
Yep.
Yeah.
Sloppy jalopy. Hey guys.
Hello, Malaka.
Kala. Hey guys, greetings from Athens, Greece. Do you have any knowledge on the numbers AEW does on Max? Also, if you could choose only one trip, would you go to Forbidden Door or Clash in Paris?
Where's Forbidden Door?
London.
That's a good one. I
gotta tell you,
I would do London.
France is no longer France.
Yeah.
Okay. France is no longer France.
Okay.
I could pass Paris.
Okay. Because you've been so many times.
So many times. France is no longer France.
They named the baguette after you.
When the baguette is named after me.
Mm.
When I was a young child, we would go to Paris all the time.
Uh-huh.
And it was beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
People getting beheaded.
Uh-huh.
Revolutions were happening. Beautiful time.
Uh-huh.
Now,
take it or leave it.
France is no longer France.
I would do London.
London, I've done London. I like London. I didn't love Manchester. You know what I love? Fucking love Ireland, dude.
Yeah.
I don't give a shit. Ireland, the best place in Europe.
I would love to go to Ireland.
The Croatian coast, thumbs down.
Okay.
The Greek Isles, no way.
Mm-hmm.
The vineyards of Italy, meh.
Ireland. Yeah.
Gloomy, wet, rainy. I had the best fucking time in Ireland. I'm not even kidding. And do you know where I was in Ireland?
Where?
I was not in Cork. I was not in Dublin. I was in Monaghan, Ireland.
Fantastic.
Anytime you tell an Irish person, I went to Ireland, where'd you go? Monaghan. They look at you and they say, why the fuck did you go there?
Uh-huh.
And I told them the story about Chauncey finding his illegitimate child and taking off to Ireland.
Wild.
What a great story.
What a wild story.
He's in the Italian Alps right now, and he tore his MCL skiing.
That sucks, dude.
Yeah.
Let's see what we got here. Brian Knight. Over under 55 chance there'll be an overseas WrestleMania within the next 5 years.
Over.
Yeah.
You know what? That's a good bet to take. You know what? I would take the under and do $100 bet.
Oh, yeah?
I'm willing to lose $100 on that.
This is from Paul Anthony Moss. Adam Cole looks like he's been hitting the gym, is back in top shape, but I just don't know where they're going with him in Undisputed. How would you book him to get his Kavorka back?
Oh, how would he get his Kavorka back?
That's a tough one because I feel like he's one of those guys that I think that fan base will perpetually love. If you're an Adam Cole fan, you've probably been an Adam Cole fan for the last 10 years.
I loved his NXT run.
Yeah.
He was incredible.
Tremendous.
Like such a piece of shit.
He never even got a whiff of the main roster, right? Or am I wrong about that?
He was on that SmackDown show where the NXT guys had to save him.
Remember that? They couldn't come on the plane. There was like a delay. So NXT had to come in. And he did a great job there.
And
they wanted him to be a manager
at that time.
Keith Lee manager, right?
Who was it? Keith Lee's manager? Whose manager was he going to be?
That was the rumor,
yeah. So
how could Adam Cole get his Kavorka back?
Garlic around his neck.
That's to get rid of the Kavorka.
A schwitz. Oh, that is to get rid of the Kavorka. How can he get it back? I don't know.
It's tough. It's because listen again, that fan base has always loved Adam Cole. If you watch Adam Cole and PWG and ROH and NXT, you're an Adam Cole fan, right? He has that thing that crowd loves. Now, for the rest of us, I feel like for you specifically, the best friend shit killed it for you.
The best friend stuff was like the end.
Yeah.
It really turned me off so much. It just wasn't. I never feel that guttural towards anything with wrestling because I'm like, stupid angle. Okay, I'll move on to the next thing. I really was like, this is such a harmful angle for both.
Yeah.
Did not like it.
Yeah. But again, you don't have an answer, right? You don't have an answer for Adam Cole booking, like how to get him back on top.
I don't know. I think he needs to be on TV and winning and looking really good.
I do think in another world, if things were a little more cohesive, you could have gotten a banging Undisputed versus Death Riders program.
Undisputed versus the Elite, Undisputed versus... Right. Yeah, I mean, they were leading that. Remember, they were like kind of like...
Yeah.
When everybody came in, everybody was like trying to be buddy-buddy, and then it just went nowhere.
I think Adam Cole versus Mox promo to promo, fantastic. You know? You want to do one more?
Let's do one more.
This is from Kuromitariku. Did TKO really buy Lucha Underground?
No. It's a fake WrestleVotes on X.
Okay. You know what? Let's make this the last.
I actually fell
Cadillac
for it.
Carson. I bet you fall for a lot of things. Cadillac Carson. How would the Seinfeld characters sound doing wrestling commentary?
George, he's got him. Jerry, it's an Indian deadlock. It's an Indian deadlock, Jerry. And Kramer just goes.
I think George would get really horny for the ladies. Oh, he would do the.
Jerry, these girls.
What am I watching, Jerry?
Why? I've never seen anything like it.
Do you think I could ask one of them out? Do you think I got a chance?
That Bailey, George, Bailey.
You think I got a chance, Jerry?
You know what the episode is? Mm-hmm. George sees Bianca Belair.
Falls in love. And something happens, and it comes off like he's petting her hair. No.
And like he didn't realize. He thought he's like I didn't realize. I was touching her. Touching her hair. You know you can't touch her hair.
What kind of person are you that touches a woman's hair? That's like the episode where he grabs the fabric.
Who
are you?
Yeah, it's the fabric. So good. All right. Love you guys.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.